right, guys, we have a new product for you today. We are going to tell you about the product, and we're actually going to install it on an engine for good. This is not for show. This engine's leaving us soon, so, and I know the customer's going to want it. Of course, I called him and asked for approval, so, you know, I really didn't, but he's a good customer of ours. Ken Fuji, he's definitely gonna like this product. So this is something we should have made a while ago, but we just got to it. I'll just mock it up for you guys so you can see it. This is our SR20 Crankcase ventilation hose retainer. It's a mouthful, but that's pretty much the only thing we can call it. Basically, this goes right here on the cylinder head. We include the hardware. You just bolt this on right where your old catch can used to be, but now you don't have it because you got a cool exhaust manifold. And then this will hold the hose that runs to the valve cover from the crankcase. This will hold it out of the way from rubbing on the exhaust manifold. So it's a pretty simple product, but we've just been making these out of random pieces of metal. I've probably seen people zip tie this thing somehow. And I decided, why don't we just make a nice stainless piece that we can just sell? That way people don't need to try to jerry rig something up. They can just buy it from us and get it all done in one shot. So I'm gonna show you how we install this, or basically what you have to do in order to delete your OEM. It's basically an air oil separator that goes in the back cylinder head. When you do an aftermarket exhaust manifold, you have to get rid of this because it doesn't fit anymore. So that piece bolts up right here. And then this hose runs to the bottom of it. This pipe goes to the bottom of it with a little rubber hose. You're gonna get rid of all that. You're just gonna keep the pipe. And then there's another hose that goes on top of the OEM piece, and it goes to this T-fitting. So you get rid of the air oil separator, you get rid of the little mini hose on the bottom, you get rid of the top hose, and then you're left with this. Now, this is usually at an even more crazy angle. I already bent it a little bit out of the way, but I'm gonna show you how we bend it in the shop. That way you guys don't destroy that thing. Because what most people would do, let's pretend these are pliers. What most people would do is they would grab this thing and they would just bend it up, but then you're gonna destroy the top of this pipe. So what we do in the shop is take a torch, take a 3/8 extension, and basically just heat this thing up right where it bends. Now obviously, if this is not a brand new engine and you have oil in this thing or residue, it's gonna be smoking like a mother right now, so you can just use caution. And I shove a 3/8 extension in there, and I just bend this thing in the direction that I need it to be, which is probably right there, honestly. And then that's really it. Now you're gonna have to bend it more if you're using a stock setup. You're gonna have to bend more, because I already bent this out of the way a little bit, but that's the method we use. I just wanted to show you guys. Basically, just bent that out of the way. You're trying to get this pipe to sit more straight instead of being completely angled, because you want the hose to be coming straight up next to the valve cover. So that's what we did there. We're gonna let that cool down for a minute, and we're gonna show you the crazy hard installation of this product. It's very difficult. Let's see if you guys can follow with me. You're gonna take some Loctite, because why not? You're gonna put a dab. Come on now, don't embarrass me in front of everyone. You're just gonna take a dab of Loctite. I just do this because there's no locking washer on this or anything. So just to be safe, there's really no downside to putting this on here. You're gonna clean these threads out. I already did that before, so make sure you clean your threads out. Always clean your threads out. You're gonna hold this thing forward a little bit while you're tightening this, get it snug. And then you're gonna take a 12mm wrench, and you're just gonna tighten this thing up. And it's naturally gonna kind of align it where it should be, so you don't really have to worry about holding it straight, but you can if you want. That's it. Crazy hard install. I'm just going to install this hose so you guys can see how it actually works, or what it looks like, what the finished product would look like. Try not to touch this and burn myself. Yep, I am definitely gonna hurt myself if I try to do this right now. See, I should have used lube. You always want to use lube. Let me go get some lube. So what have we learned? Never go in dry. You always want some lube, so. Lube this up a little bit. I guess that's it. Okay, well, let's see if this was long enough. Looks like it was perfect. Kind of perfect. This one is a little short, but it'll work. Watch, now I burn myself on this pipe. Because I have to be all cool and use this weird clamp. You can use whatever clamp you want down here. We're using a lot of these clamps on here, so we're trying to keep it identical. Now you should put heat shield on this. Look how close this hose is to the exhaust manifold. There will be heat shield going on this. We just didn't have it in time for the video. So another good reason to use these clamps in this situation is I could probably get the heat shield over the clamp and actually cover the entire hose instead of ending at the worm clamp or whatever people usually use. That's another cool part about these hose clamps. The not cool part about these is when they break or you need to replace them at the track. That sucks. So keep that in mind. All right, so now you can see what this really does. Once you put it on here, what would usually happen is this hose would just lean over, especially after getting hot from the exhaust manifold. It would just lean over and get closer and closer to the manifold. Manifold would touch it, burn a hole in it. You have oil all over your engine bay. You have a fire. Now you're that at the track. And it's, I think, happened to me before, actually. Yeah, it did happen to me before. It was cool for a minute because there's like flames coming out of my hood, and I'm like, oh, I gotta keep drifting. But then it wasn't cool once you open your hood and the whole underside of your fiberglass hood is burnt and it smells like pancakes for some reason. Maple syrup. I don't know why. I remember that clearly. It smelled like maple syrup. So if you smell maple syrup, your hood's probably on fire. All right, so we'll just mock this up for now. We're obviously gonna go back in. I almost did it again, guys. No lube. Not good. Okay. Just to give you guys an example. I keep thinking the exhaust manifold's hot now. So this hose was cut a little short, but it's actually almost perfect. But you could see we even put a little hook at the end of this so that if the hose is shorter, it'll at least stop it from coming over. And that's it. That's pretty much the whole point of this kit. And this is honestly the first time I'm seeing it in action, and I am very happy with it. So this worked out pretty perfect. And like I said, if you make this hose a little bit longer, you'd probably be better. Because you want to kind of center this in here. You don't want it to be exactly leaning against that, but yeah. It's good to go. We made this a certain length so that hopefully this works with all aftermarket exhaust manifolds. It was longer at first, but then I kept telling him to shorten it because I wanted to make sure we clear different exhaust manifolds. So that's pretty much it, guys. So now I'll let Eddie take his beauty shots and we'll get this on the website, and you should see this video the same day as the product going live on our website. Prices? Ooh, prices. That's a good question. I believe it's like 30 bucks, somewhere around $30 right now. So if you're seeing this video in 8 years and it's now 50 bucks, you can thank the president at whatever time it is. But yeah, 30 bucks right now when this came out, and you can't really beat that. Stainless steel, laser engraved, I believe laser engraved, but I could be wrong. It's definitely engraved, and hardware included. So that's pretty much it. And we will catch you on the next one. Have a good day. Leave a comment. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. If you got an S13 SR20, this is a very important product, so make sure you get one. That's another thing. This is for S13 SR20s. S14s have the air oil separator and baffling all in the valve cover, so they don't actually come with one. I hope I'm right. Pretty sure I'm right. Bye.